Long ago, in a beautiful kingdom nestled between lush forests and towering mountains, lived a princess named Snow White. She was known for her striking beauty, skin as white as fresh snow, lips as red as roses, and hair as dark as a moonless night. But it was her kind and gentle heart that truly made her special. Snow White lived in a grand castle with her stepmother, the Queen, who owned a magic mirror. Every day, the Queen would ask it, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" For years, the mirror always answered, "You are the fairest of them all." But one fateful day, everything changed. The mirror replied, "Snow White is the fairest of them all." The Queen was consumed by anger and jealousy. Snow White, completely unaware of her stepmother's dark feelings, continued her days with a smile, being kind to everyone she met. Fearing for her life, Snow White ran for her life. Snow White fled into the deep forest, running until she could run no more. Lost and tired, she stumbled upon a tiny cottage hidden among the trees. Inside, everything was small 7 little chairs, 7 little plates, and 7 little beds. Exhausted, she lay down on one of the beds and drifted into a deep sleep. Soon, the owners of the cottage returned. They were 7 friendly dwarfs who worked in the nearby mines. At first, they were surprised to find a princess in their home, but when Snow White woke up and shared her story with such gentleness, their hearts melted. "You can stay with us," they offered, "but you must be very careful." Snow White was overjoyed. She filled their little home with warmth and laughter, cooking and cleaning while they were away. The cottage had never been so full of joy. Meanwhile, back at the castle, the furious Queen discovered from her magic mirror that Snow White was still alive. Disguising herself as an old woman, she ventured into the forest, carrying a shiny red apple that was secretly enchanted. When she offered it to Snow White, it looked so delicious that Snow White couldn't resist, but after just one bite, she fell into a deep, magical sleep. When the dwarfs returned, they were heartbroken to find her. They gently placed Snow White in a glass bed surrounded by beautiful flowers, watching over her and hoping for a miracle. One day, a kind prince was traveling through the forest and saw the sleeping princess. Struck by her peaceful beauty, he wished with all his heart that she would awaken. But, as if by magic, his wish came true. The spell was broken, and Snow White's eyes fluttered open. The whole forest seemed to celebrate her return. Snow White smiled, bid a heartfelt goodbye to her dear friends, the dwarfs, and returned to her kingdom. There she ruled with the same kindness and fairness she had always shown, and peace was restored. Everyone who knew her story learned a valuable lesson. Kindness is and will always be the greatest beauty of all. Thanks for watching.